How do you differentiate two musicians' performances? Or even how do you differentiate your own performance when you do it today and also tomorrow? Are they going to sound the same or different? Hello everybody, my name is Moses Toto from Team Tenor and you're welcome to another episode of Classical Experience. In today's episode, we'll be talking about the concept of phrasing in music. Stay tuned. Learn something new. So, what is phrasing? Basically, phrasing is how a musician shapes his or her music using elements like alteration of tempo, articulation, using range of dynamics, and many others. So it's basically how the musician shapes the notes in a phrase. Simple. So phrasing is done to basically relay an emotion or make an impression of whatever the singer or the musician is trying to, portray out there. So probably we have somebody singing about sadness like this. And also another person talking about sadness like this. So basically, two performances will never be the same, depending on the phrasing the person is using. So I would decide to use a particular style of getting my message out there, whilst another musician also has another style he thinks will be more suitable for the audience to accept. So basically, as I said, you can use elements like alteration of tempo, which means you can change the tempo, you can go faster or slower depending on the momentum you are going with. Another one is using range of dynamics. So if you think if you feel that a particular place you have to sing very loud to make the emotion clearer, yes, it's another way of phrasing your whole performance. All musicians are different. Even a single musician can phrase the same music two different ways depending on how he feels on that day. So probably most people can't phrase the same way twice. If you let them sing a song right now and you let them sing it in the next 10 minutes, it will be totally different because the phrasing can change depending on how the musician is feeling. So basically, everyone has a particular unique way that they phrase because everyone is different internally and externally. Yes, so how I might feel sadness is not how another person will feel sadness. Well, as I said, somebody can cry like this, and also somebody can also be dramatic, like cry like this. So let's look at a few videos on how people phrase. So this is this is an example of phrasing by two different musicians. Let's watch. guys, so I hope by now you understand what the concept of phrasing is all about. So I'm going to teach you 3 steps that you can use to phrase better as a musician or as a singer in particular. Before we get into that, let's do one thing. Remember guys, always stay hydrated. The first step we'll be looking at is emphasis. So basically what emphasis means is that you have to pay particular attention to the words that you are trying to sing and make sure that the message you are trying to relay is pounded upon, or for the lack of words I'll use is emphasized upon. So if you are saying a very important statement, you make sure that the way you exaggerate on the words or you emphasize on the words is very important, because when you do that, they get the places where it's supposed to be, taken seriously, and also the places that are not really part of the message, you just go about it faster. Then you emphasize on the important parts of the message. So basically what emphasis means is that you have to stress on the words that you think are important for the audience to get. The second point, or the second step in phrasing better, is that if you are performing to an audience, you have to speak with the audience. So it's basically you are portraying a message to the audience. So the audience must feel as if you are communicating with them. If you are talking to somebody, the voice or the tone shouldn't be monotonous. So you have to make sure that you add the elements of a conversation. So it's like you are talking to somebody, you say, hello, did you see that boy yesterday? I did. Did you also see the books he was reading? Yes, I did. They were quite interesting, weren't they? They were. As you saw, as in a conversation, the rhythm at which you speak, it moves up and down depending on how you want to dramatize everything. So basically, when you are communicating with an audience, you have to speak with them as if you are having a conversation, but in this case, it's a one-way conversation. If in case it's you are singing with a partner, which is a duet, in this case, it's even easier because you have to communicate with the person and the person will also reply to you. The final step we'll be looking at is storytelling. So whatever story or whatever message you have in your performance, you try to understand whatever you are singing. So if you are singing another language, try to understand exactly what you are singing about. Then you present it as a total package. So when you are presenting it, you add the elements of the first step, which is emphasis, and the second step, which is conversation with the audience. So you join this together and you use it as a big storytelling. So you tell your message as a story. You present it as a whole package or as a whole story. And in this way, it will be interesting. So it's not like you are just speaking, but you are using the element of theater. So you are dramatizing everything and like, wow, the day was so bright. Nothing could be done about the death of my new horse. He died. He just died this afternoon. The veterinarian said he has 2 weeks to live. What am I even saying? Let us remember that every composer has an idea of how he wants his composition to sound. Okay, so whilst you are phrasing, remember that the composer has intentions for his music. So whilst you are respecting the composer's demands, you can also add your own twist to make it, sound unique, so that you can stand out as a musician or as a singer. Yes, but remember to be respecting the composer's demands on the score. Yeah, so guys, I hope you do understand the concept of phrasing. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments. I'll try to answer as much as possible. And also make sure to subscribe to this channel, very important to me. And also like this video and share this video to as many people as you can. And I'll be seeing you in the subsequent videos to come. See you again. Bye bye.